I was genuinely surprised and want to share how my son amazed me with his questions. First, he asked, "Dad, how does Santa know where everyone lives?" I answered, "Well, I don't have all the answers. If I did, I'd probably be Santa myself." That's the magic of Christmas and New Year's. It's all part of the wonder and mystery. But then I added, "There's one thing I can reassure you about. At the very least, Santa knows I'm your dad, and he'll definitely spot the giant billboards for my underwater photography business in every major US city. There's even a huge arrow pointing the way. So don't worry, Santa won't get lost." You won't believe the next question my son asked me. He looked up and said, "Dad, what if I wish for a really big and heavy gift? Would Santa be upset? How would he even make it?" And of course I had to think fast. I told him, Santa wouldn't be upset at all. He knows kids have big imaginations, so big in fact that your gift could be larger than the whole planet, and he'd still figure it out. For those giant presents, Santa has special equipment in his workshop that helps him create the heavy-duty stuff. The elves, being so small, focus on making little toys and clothes, but for the big wishes, Santa's magic does the rest. I mean, how can you not love kids' questions like this? They make you believe in the magic of Christmas all over again. Then my son says, "Well, let Santa's equipment make a giant box, bigger than Santa himself, and inside there should be some magical stuff." Tell me more about the magic. How could I resist a request like that? So I got creative and said, from the books I've read, I know about some truly magical things. For example, mystical keys that unlock doors to worlds of imagination and adventure. A flying carpet, teleportation dust that can transport kids to any place they've ever dreamed of. Magic treats that grant temporary superpowers after just one bite. How fun would that be? Seeds of enchanted flowers, which grow into blooms that bring happiness. A friendly dragon egg, where a tiny dragon companion waits to bond with a child as their loyal sidekick. A map of the magic kingdom. Costumes of magical heroes, transforming kids into real magical champions with unique powers. Then my son hit me with another classic. "Dad, how does Santa manage to deliver presents to everyone in just one night? There are so many kids on the planet." I smiled and said, "Oh, he's got some tricks up his sleeve. Santa has super speed, flying reindeer, and a whole team of hardworking elves. Christmas and New Year's are so important that they all give it their all, and then they take a well-deserved rest for almost an entire year. Remember that one night when a beautiful Christmas tree with twinkling lights appeared outside our window? You were so amazed. Only Santa could have made it look that festive in such a short time." Then I added, "Santa sometimes uses an airplane and drops presents with little parachutes. These little moments of imagination always make me wonder who's more amazed, him or me." Then my son asked me, "Dad, why do we put ornaments on the Christmas tree?" I told him, "Ornaments are special because we've been collecting them since childhood. Every holiday when we decorate the tree, we get to remember all the fun and joy from past years. Plus, your mom and I have a little tradition. We buy one new ornament every year. Our Christmas tree isn't just a decoration. It's like a time capsule that holds our family's history. And you know what? We even came up with the idea to hang some of our favorite photos on it too. That way, our tree tells the story of who we are and all the memories we've made together." It's amazing how something as simple as a tree can hold so much meaning. My son hit me with another great question. "Dad, does Santa have his own Christmas ornaments?" "Of course he does," I said. "They jingle throughout the forest at the North Pole. Santa hangs them on the live trees there, which is why the entire forest is called magical. But honestly, there's no magic to it. It's just that the glow is so beautiful, it outshines even the biggest city when seen from an airplane. Moments like these make me realize how much wonder Christmas can spark in all of us." My son came up with a fun idea. "Dad, why don't we sleep next to the Christmas tree?" I told him, "Well, for Christmas magic to happen, the house needs to be completely silent. Gifts only make it under the tree when everyone is fast asleep. Santa has to make sure no one's peeking. Otherwise, the magic won't work." That's also when all the ornaments and decorations find their perfect spots in the house. It's these little questions that make me love the magic of the holidays even more. Then my son asked with a sly smile, "What if we quietly lie in the next room? Could Santa think we're already asleep?" I laughed and said, "I wish I knew the answer to that one. Who knows? Maybe as we speak, Santa is already arranging your gifts under the tree." His eyes lit up and he asked, "What's inside them?" "Well, I can't say for sure," I told him. "But you did write your letter to Santa, didn't you? Everything you asked for should be in those boxes and bags. You've been such a good boy this year, so I'm sure Santa has no doubts about delivering your wishes. By morning, I bet everything you dreamed of will be waiting for you under the tree." Moments like these remind me how magical the holidays are, both for kids and for us grown-ups. My son said, "I asked Santa for a book." I replied, "That's a great gift. Even though we borrow a lot from the library, I'm sure Santa will bring you something truly special." "Dad, can we give Santa a gift?" I smiled and said, "That's such a kind idea. I'm sure Santa would love to hear that. My grandmother once told me a story about when Santa was just a little boy. Someone gifted him a red hat to keep him warm at the North Pole, a sweet candy, and a magical glass wishing orb. Santa was such a kind-hearted boy that he always gave gifts to others and never used the orb for himself. Now that he's grown up, every evening he reads letters from children, and the magical orb grants their wishes. Can you imagine how kind he must be?" My son asked me, "Dad, what did you wish for from Santa?" I smiled and said, "You know, you're not supposed to share your wishes with others, but I'll tell you. I asked Santa to make my YouTube channel loved by parents and kids everywhere because my videos are so kind and full of heart. I want to spread goodness in the world." Moments like this remind me why I believe in the magic of wishes. My son asked, "Dad, can you play me a Christmas lullaby?" "Of course," I said. "Close your eyes and listen."